What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? This is our future and our choice to make. I am asking you to choose greatness.
Welcome back to Real Trump News. Real news President Trump doesn't want you to miss. The Fox News is reporting that after President Trump tweeted to raise concerns about state mailing all registered voter ballots, Twitter added a fact-check label to those tweets Tuesday for the first time, stating that there is no evidence that mail-in ballots are linked to voter fraud. On the same day, President Trump responded on Twitter. He said that Twitter is now interfering in the 2020 presidential election. They're saying my statement on mail-in ballots, which will lead to massive corruption and fraud, is incorrect, based on fact-checking by fake news CNN and the Amazon Washington Post. Next day, Trump tweeted that Republican feels that social media platform totally silenced conservatives' voice. We will strongly regulate or close them down before we could ever allow this to happen. We saw what they attempted to do and failed in 2016. We can't let a more sophisticated version of that. He said, just like we can't let large-scale mail-in ballots take root in our country, it will be a free-for-all on cheating, forgery, and the thief of ballots. Whoever cheated the most will win. Likewise, social media, clean up your acts now. Regarding this, Republican Rodney Davis said, besides setting a dangerous precedent that will no doubt infringe on free speech, Twitter isn't the authority on election. The Committee on House Administration is. Committee Republicans recently produced a report on the fraud that existed in certain instances of vote by mail. Democrats want to force states to mail all registered voters live ballots, whether or not voter request ballots. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg has called out Twitter for attaching a fact check to a tweet from President Trump, telling Fox News' Dana Perino that privately owned digital platforms should not act as an arbiter of truth. Former White House press secretary and Fox News contributor Ari Fleischer said it was so incredibly stupid of Twitter. Fleischer noted that Twitter had put up a platform to allow people to tweet, to allow people to enjoy speech, and then for people to figure it out for themselves, as free people. Fleischer said, stepping into it, especially for the first time against an American president, he hasn't done that to the Iranian president, he hasn't done that to Chinese leaders. Why is he doing it? They can be as biased as they want, but they will show just how bad and how dumb they are if they do. Flanked by Attorney General Bill Barr, President Trump signed an executive order in Oval Office on Thursday that calls for new regulations under Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act of 1996 to remove statutory liability protections and cut federal funding for tech companies that engage in censorship and political conduct. At Thursday's signing ceremony, Trump called the fact check egregious and held up a photo of Twitter executive Yoel Roth, who heads up the site's fact-checking and rules-making operation. Trump said, the choices that Twitter makes when it chooses to suppress, edit, blacklist, shadow ban are editorial decisions, pure and simple. In those moments, Twitter ceases to be a neutral public platform and they become an editor with a viewpoint. Trump pointed out that some Democrats agree with him. Former Vice President Biden, in a January interview with the New York Times, says that Section 230 should be revoked, immediately should be revoked, because Facebook is propagating falsehood they know to be false, and we should be setting standards not unlike the Europeans are doing relative to privacy. Finally, I'm directing my administration to develop policies and procedures to ensure taxpayers' dollars are not going to any social media company that suppresses free speech. Trump said, they're rich enough. And that's this week's Real Trump News. We will see you next time.